I haven't made a video in a while, but the spirit at the moment, I'm inspired to do it. And Jesus said, the tax collectors and prostitutes are entering heaven right now with me at the table, forgiving each other. If you can't sit and eat with someone, you haven't forgiven them. So Jesus laid out the table for 3 years. Never talked about him dying. That's what happened to him. Okay, the Apostles' Creed is beautiful, but that's not what saves you. That's not the gospel. In 2 Peter, Jesus Christ, my gospel, descendant of David, that's beautiful. That's just implicit. That's what happened to Jesus. That is not confessing you believe Jesus Christ and his ideology, because the spirit is greater. Yes, it's important to preach that Jesus died for us. Of course, that's what happened to Jesus. You know, I'm not saying not to preach it, but why don't you guys preach what Jesus preached for 3 years? You might have more miracles in a better world. You see? So dying for your sin. Everyone just wants to stick with that because it's so much easier to talk. You don't want to talk about loving one another, come together, community, and the table, because it's hard. So you like the easy stuff. You know, let's just talk rhetoric, you know, formulas and confessions, and that's what makes it Christian. No, it's not. The tree doesn't produce fruit, cut it down. Yeah, the Apostles' Creed wasn't even written by the apostles. You know, use the phone, Google all these things. That's what the phone's for truth. You know, Jesus died, or Jesus was born of a virgin, came down from God, was brought before Pontius Pilate. I don't know how the wording are, because there's also the Chalcedonian Creed, the Athanasius Creed, the Apostles, so many creeds and so many confessions. Statement of faith of what we believe in. My statement of faith is Jesus Christ plus nothing else. In Christ. So forget about Peter, Paul, Mary, and Ringo Starr too. Okay? Those are good writings. They're important. They're, you know, they're authoritative. But I go to Jesus in the Gospels and I read the red letter. I get on my knees and say, what do you say? And the heck with everybody else, even though they're secondary and third-hand writings that were not written by the actual Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Did you know that? Oh boy. So anyway, oh, Jesus resurrected, and oh my God, I'm so saved. The virus is not going to touch me. That's just being implicit. And don't give me that once saved, always saved, having a personal relationship with the Lord. That sounds all good, but Jesus never preached that. That's Christian scholasticism. So for 3 years, all Jesus did was to bring the community together, put the table, and he says the reign of God has come, the forgiveness of sins, heaven and earth, delete all debts, and lower the gas price, lower the rent, and make heaven and earth. There was gay people back then. The centurion, he healed them. Yes, the centurion was gay. Google it. And his boy toy, which he healed. So Jesus wasn't so worried about, you know, gays, or wasn't a big issue for him at the time. And there was abortions going on, and Jesus never bothered it. Those are issues, yes, but his main issue was the poor. You see, that takes more energy. You can talk about the abortion and pro-life from the comfort of your own home, but you don't have to do nothing. All you do is complain, bring a picket sign, drop it, you know, when the baby's born, because the baby has an umbilical cord tied to the mother. That's what feeds the baby. But what about babies without umbilical cord? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, it doesn't take a lot of energy to sit at home and complain about the abortion, and say that all Christians, that Jesus never would do that. Yeah, but Jesus also wouldn't get married, and Jesus was more concerned about the community. There's a lot of things Jesus did that we don't do. So that's an excuse. I know, of course Jesus wouldn't do abortions. Of course, you know, there's something wrong maybe with homosexuality or something, but Jesus never made that an issue. So Jesus knew about abortion. Jesus knew about gay people. The gay centurion, he healed him. This is his boy toy. If you solve the problem of the poor, when you solve that issue, then maybe there's a chance we can start working on the other secondary issue if there's a need. You know, being gay, but you know, who's Paul? There's hermaphrodites back then. I'm not concerned, still not concerned about that. But let's talk about it. But don't take, you know, override the poor just so you can be, your righteousness is, you know, oh, just from the comfort of your home, you're fighting for the pro-life, for the unborn. That's beautiful, okay? Because that doesn't expend a lot of energy, as I said. So, you know, that righteousness is good, but it's low bar, okay? Jesus said, do not kill, but I say don't even get angry. Jesus said, do not commit adultery. Oh, I don't look at women, but you get, you know, you're lusting and all that. Okay, so unless your righteousness surpasses all the pastors, the priests, the Pharisee, and your 10 commandments and that low bar, and start getting out in your community, which expends a lot more energy than just talking about abortion, and you'll show your true heart. Don't harden your heart. Get in love. Love people. Get involved with your community. Oh, but that's working for your salvation. That's legalism. No, it's not. I'm working for heaven and earth. You're the legalist for your law-based book control religious systems that you created with your constitution, code of ethics, and bylaws. That's legalism. That's law. You're the guys who are the legalists. You're the lawyers in your churches, your pastors, and your Christians all become, Agent Smith of the Matrix. You're the ones who are legalists, not me. I'm free of the Spirit, man. Not free to sin, but free from religious intolerance or religious dogma, and also free from this vertical God that wants to be worshipped every weekend. He gets on his knees and washes our feet. Jesus said, everything I do, the Father's doing too. So if Jesus didn't want glory from men, the Father don't want glory from men. So Elvis has left the building. He's not in the church. He's everywhere. You're wasting your time. You are wasting your time going to church, listening to those sermons that have no substance. They're just blah, 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 blah talk. You just feel good when you leave. That's why you can avoid your responsibility to your community, because you went to that piece of property where you think is sacred, and that clears your conscience to sleep at night. But that's not going to go anymore. That's all wrong. We need to, God does not live in buildings or need to be served, like Paul says in chapter 17 of Acts. God does not live in buildings, and he does not need to be served by human hands. No more churchy Bible thumping behavior. Heaven on earth now. Lower the gas price. Well, helping people is one thing, but Ananias and Sapphira help people and they still drop dead, because if you give people their inheritance, you won't have to help them. And you're going to see the problem of abortion, especially, that'll be solved in a certain point, but we still have to talk about it. And the gay thing, we'll have a better understanding, and we can get over it, because all those easy issues, for you, a lot of you conservative Christians, and I have a problem with some Democrats too, and you need to read the Bible historically, okay, and stop rolling your eyes and sneering, looking at me and looking out like you think you know everything, because I've been around pastors, they do it to me too, like that, just like you guys. Amen. So, but he says, I come to announce good news for the poor. That's tell John. He never called that the Jubilee. Jubilee is to lead debts, the year of the Lord's favors, Luke 4:19, to forgive our debts, to sit at the table, and he was announcing the reign of God. So the parties and the banquets, the motive was because they're accepting that God has come, God with us, the dwelling of God. What happens? They lost it. They turned their backs on the second command, 2 Peter chapter 2, read it, and they turned their backs on the Jubilee, and they went backwards to this law-based, book-controlled religious system. Founding fathers, a bunch of losers. Augustine was an adulterer. He says we can never be good. We're so sinful in nature. Jesus never taught that. Jesus says you can believe, you can walk on water. So why are you Christians so happy that you read Augustine, Alonson, Tertullian, Eblar, Luther, Calvin, Bucer, Thomas Aquinas, the Cappadocian fathers? There's a lot, so much I can't remember all. There's so much garbage. A lot of you guys go to these universities, come back, I paid a college tuition fee, I'm the man of God, this is how you should vote. That's beautiful, but no, you don't have the Spirit. No, God does not sell the Spirit. That's seminary, whatever you want to call it. You're paying for it, and you got it, and you come back and you tell us how to vote because you bought the Holy Spirit. I'm talking a lot of fast because I'm kind of fast because I'm driving. I'm being focusing on the road. I'm on a vacant road, so don't worry about me crashing. Okay, don't change the subject. So love one another as I love you. GreatestOneCommand.com is the solution. And delete all debts. Let's make heaven on earth. Vote blue, because blue are more closer to heaven. Then I'm gonna vote green, and then I'm gonna vote for the white wave. Come on, vote blue. And let's make heaven on earth. It's not the second coming. You're not going to see it with your careful observation, Jesus said. You're going to say, wow, look, it's Jesus. Oh my God, the sky is bluer. The grass is greener. It's different. I can see it with my six senses. No, it's not going to happen. Jesus says you'll never see it. Okay, it doesn't come with your six senses careful observation. Okay, the prostitute and tax collector were seeing it. They're entering. Go to my Facebook group, Greatest One Command, and you'll see that I have that, what does not far, what does enter, what does see, what does be in heaven mean, I'll put a link with this video. Okay, let me see if this guy's gonna let me cross. Okay, and let's make it heaven on earth. Amen. GreatestOneCommand.com.